How we doing, guys? Moots here, episode 39 of our West Ham United career mode. We start things off here with a scout report. We do actually find one English player that we are interested in. Tom Pratley, potential 78 to 94, looks like a good quality player. He looks like he'd be in the mold of like a right midfielder, probably a right back from the positions they had listed. So hopefully he turns into a quality player that honestly we actually could use fullbacks right now. So if he can be somebody that we could actually slot in, you know, not this season, maybe next season he'll come into the team. Not as a starter, but as someone we could use as a depth player, we shall see. But next up, we get back into the Europa League. We take on FC Twente. They currently are coming on form with 1 win and 1 draw thus far, while we also have 1 win, 1 draw. So it'll be a matchup with the top 2 teams in the group. We come out with Connor Wickham leading the line. We've had to mix up the team a bit because of fitness issues. And game scheduling the way it's been. We've had a lot of games in rapid succession here. We do have another league game coming up relatively soon. So I rested some of the big boys. We have Oxlade-Chamberlain on the bench. We have Carroll on the bench. So they are available if we do need them. But they're on the bench just to save them in terms of not playing a full 90 minutes so we can use them in our league game, which will come up in this episode against Hull City. But we do want to pick up a victory. Obviously, we are at home. So I think with the players we have in the lineup, we should be able to do the job. Because we do still have plenty of quality players in the lineup. But we'll have to wait and see because, it's something that we haven't really used a 4-2-3-1 that much this season. We've kind of mixed it up. We've played a lot of different formations. We've played 4-2-3-1. We've played like a 4-3-3. We've used the 4-4-2 diamond primarily this season because it's what served us really well last year. But the way the personnel is, I've been experimenting because, seeing what is best for the team in the early going here. Adrian with a wonderful double save, although to be fair on the second save, the player didn't even hit at the goal. It was an absolutely terrible hit. But he does make a nice double save. And so, like I said, we've been experimenting. We've tried 3 at the back once. And so, it's something that actually worked out fairly well. We didn't play badly at all the last time I used the 3 at the back formation. So we might be open to experimenting with that again. Who knows? There's a lot of different options that we could use. But FC Twente here go off to a great start with Ziyech coming in with the ball on the left-hand side. And he beats Adrian at the near post. Absolutely terrible goalkeeping there. You have to wonder what Adrian is going through his mind there because that's a horrible goal to give up. The man has eyes. That's the one place you can't get beat. You can see how close he is to the byline. We have defenders cutting off his routes to the center of the park. So you figure the only thing he can really do is smash it at the near post. Adrian's got to be ready for that. But unfortunately, he does give up the goal, and we fall behind in the first half. Second half, though, Oxlade-Chamberlain comes on at halftime as a sub. Didn't really have a lot going on. Kevin Nolan, I thought, played an absolute terrible half. So he came off for Oxlade-Chamberlain to get us a little bit more pace and creativity and see if we can create anything there. We actually switched to like a 4-2-2-2 formation, 2 holding midfielders, Delphin, Kiyate. We then had Oxlade-Chamberlain, Jarvis in like wide attacking positions, Valencia and Wickham moved towards the center. So tried to create some offense with that. It did help us out. We had a few chances here. Wickham with a header that he should have done better with as he floated over the bar. But you can see from that goal that FC Twente scored, we did have the possession in their half the entire game pretty much. Kiyate with a lovely bit of innovation there. As you can see, flicked that ball over his head to Connor Wickham. Don't even know how he saw the man there. It's beautiful innovation and ingenuity from Kiyate to create that chance. We eventually win a corner from it. Jarvis shot from block. We float the corner, and it's a wonderful save by the FC Twente goalkeeper. And from then on, we just can't seem to find the breakthrough. We're into the 80th minute now. We're still behind Oxlade-Chamberlain with a lovely double step over there. Then a roulette to create some space. He whips his way all the way through the defense. Eventually tries to play the ball into the center of the box looking for Jarvis, but he's unable to find him there. So we still haven't broken through for a goal. Jarvis floats in the corner. James Tompkins can't get on the end of it. Kiyate trying to create some space for himself. He sees Andy Carroll out wide as well. Cresswell on the ball now on the left wing in the 82nd minute. Does really well to get around his man with a little stop and start maneuver. Flicks it in for Oxlade-Chamberlain. He just toe pokes it past the keeper, but off the post, and we still haven't found the breakthrough. Morris in the 84th minute with another corner. Kiyate with the header, and it's inches wide of the goal, so we just can't seem to find the breakthrough, and this would be an absolute crying shame if we couldn't break through and find that goal to bring us level. But Oxlade-Chamberlain with another beautiful roulette, then uses a fake shot to try and skip past the defender, but it is knocked away and out for a corner in the 90th minute. We're getting so close to the very end. Delph is the man who steps up and takes it to some of the substitutions we made. Finds a head of James Tompkins, and it's in the back of the net. We find the leveler that we so deserve, and it's a huge goal for us because we didn't want to be losing 3 points at home to FC Twente. That's really when you're in a group stage type tournament where you have home and away legs. You basically said you want to win your home legs. Obviously, we drew our first home leg in the first game of the Europa League with CD Nacional, but then in the second leg, which was away to Legia Warsaw, we did pick up the victory there. So we have one away win, but we want to keep winning our home games because that will basically push us through. And then back into extra time here, Rafael Morris with a lovely tackle to knock the ball loose to enter Valencia. He then plays Rafael Morrison through. Lovely bit of skill. There should have been a penalty. Sir, no penalty call. Morrison, though, stays with it, finds Andy Carroll in the center, and the big man, Sir Andrew Lord of Carroll. What a goal it is. Andy Carroll comes through yet again with another winner. Of course, he won the game against Aston Villa at the end of the previous episode, and he picks up another winner here. It surely has to be so deep into extra time, stoppage time, in the huge game, really, to be honest. If we didn't come away with 3 points here, we're really putting ourselves behind the 8 ball. If Legia Warsaw, whoever comes away with that game that had 2 points in the group, picks up a win, because then they're level with us or ahead of us, then we're behind the 8 ball. We really want to be top of this group as we head into the second stage of legs of the group stage, you really want to say. And that goal absolutely propels us to that. We'll be on 7 points because the referee blows the full-time whistle. That's all she wrote, and we pick up a huge 2-1 victory. So we're now on 7 points in our Europa League group from 3 games, and that really puts us in the driver's seat the rest of the way, which is fantastic for us because the board set us goals that, hey, we want you to make the knockout stages. Once you get to the knockout stages, we're happy. As far as you can progress, we'll take. But basically, you have to get out of the group. And to be honest, we should have been the favorites to come out of this group. You can see the domination if you take a look at the stats there, that we really were the better team and deserved the victory. And honestly, for the Moose's 3 hammers of this game, 1 point goes to Cheku Kuyate, who actually won man of the match from FIFA, played fantastic. 2 to Oxlade-Chamberlain because you saw the skills and the moves he was creating. He obviously won the corner that led to the first goal and had a ton of different chances where he was just using his skills, his roulettes, his step-overs to get through defenders. And Tompkins actually was the man of the match for me with 3 points. Obviously scored the leveler and had a fantastic game at defense. And was really just overall very, very strong. But we come into the next game with Hull City, who's doing very well in the league right now. They're in 8th position. And we come out with a 3 at the back formation. Like I mentioned, Tompkins, Collins, and Reed all playing. Cresswell actually still playing. So we do have 4 defensive type players on the pitch. But he's going to be playing in left midfield almost as a wing back, but a little bit further forward. Oxlade-Chamberlain will be his counterpart on the right-hand side. Delphin, Noble, and Rabiot actually making up our 3-man central and defensive midfield. Rabiot, obviously, we signed from PSG for a nominal fee, to be honest, $2.5 million in the transfer window. And then we brought in Stuart Downing, of course, to play in that cam position, sitting just behind the striker, and hopefully create a ton of chances for us. Andy Carroll, obviously, he's the man in form. He's scoring goals at absolute will in this moment in time, so we have him up top, hoping he can lead the line. That's why we left him out of the Europa League game for so long, to keep him fresh for this game. And we get off to the most opportune of starts. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain played through on a beautiful through ball from Andy Carroll. Marcel Janssen, Hull's real big signing, actually, of the transfer window, and he's actually playing as their captain in this game, is the man who brings down Oxlade-Chamberlain in the box. He wins a penalty, and nobody other than Mark Noble, our vice captain, our captain for this game, and pretty much captain for every game unless Nolan's in the lineup, steps up, and he's our best penalty taker. He's honestly arguably the best penalty taker in the Premier League, and he slots that away to give us a 1-0 lead. It's a beautiful, beautiful goal. But Tompkins then wins a header here in the 27th minute, gets the ball wide to Oxlade-Chamberlain, uses a fake shot to skip around Huddleston. Great feet there to get around El Mohammadi as well and create plenty of space for himself. He just floats down the line. Carroll does really well to draw away defenders, and that is a highlight reel goal. That's one of the best goals that you are going to see in the Premier League, because what does he do when he gets on goal? He roulettes the keeper. It's unbelievable skill. Oxlade-Chamberlain has it in his locker. He holds off one defender with great body control. Then he roulettes around the keeper, and he just side foots in the goal from a yard away. It's a wonderful goal, and definitely one that's going to go in the running for goal of the season, because that is just an unbelievable feat of skill. He fake shotted one man. Then he used a nice little double touch to get around El Mohammadi. Flits his way into the box with skill, and is able to put the ball in the back of the net after a wonderful skill move. And things keep getting greener. Everything's turning up roses for West Ham United right now. Beautiful finish from Stuart Downing as he's played in by Aaron Cresswell. Nice feat to get around one defender. And then because we have so much pace on the field right now, we have Carroll up top. Not a ton of pace from Carroll, but of course he's the man up top. We have Oxlade-Chamberlain out wide, Cresswell out wide as well. So much speed and skill that the defenders have to respect them coming forward. You can see one man's marking Carroll, one man's marking Oxlade-Chamberlain. Downing has another defender marking him, but he just outruns the defender, gets enough space for himself to get a shot off, and simply puts it in behind Jakupovic and gives us a 3-0 lead so early on. It's absolutely fantastic. Adrian keeps it at 3-0 with a fantastic stop on Jelavic. Good strong hands to keep the ball at the back of the net there, but Hull from there, they tried to come forward. A little bit of a counter here. Sagbo, I should say, plays a nice 1-2 with Tom Huddleston, and that's a cool composed finish. You can see probably my fault defending-wise, but we just lose our composure a bit, pull the defense out, and allows Huddleston to go through on a nice through roll from Sagbo. And it's a calm, cool finish from the England man to slide it under Adrian, who had come out on rushing. It's a good finish from him, and one that's not going to trouble us. We're up 3-0. You know, you figure you have the points in the bag pretty much at home, and pretty much from there on out, we were in cruise control. But we kept on the gas pedal a little bit here with Aaron Cresswell skipping inside his defender, doing really well. Flicks it toward Carroll, and he just gets the slightest of touches, but not enough pressure on the ball to get in the back of the net. But speaking of in the back of the net, it's 4-1, and we are absolutely running rampant through the Hull City defense. Aaron Cresswell, he is dangerous as a left midfielder. I'll tell you what, also, he's a fantastic defender, so that's why he plays so well. That's why he's a left back and why he plays so well. But he has so much pace, really good passing, crossing, statistics like that allow him to be a danger if I use him as a wing-back type player in a 3/5 at the back formation, because he's unbelievable. And the reason I use, to be honest, if anybody's curious, the reason I use the 3-5-1-1, as it's called in this formation, it's a 3-5-1-1 is what it is. The reason I actually use that formation is because it allows Cresswell and Oxlade-Chamberlain to play as wingbacks, but it gives me that width for the reason being that I have them set in the tactical sense to come back on defense. So it basically makes 5 at the back when they come back on defense. But because they're set a little higher up the pitch as midfielders, they do attack really, really well, which is fantastic, and give me that option going forward out wide and show why they're being so good right now. Cresswell's shown his advantages on the left-hand side, while Oxlade-Chamberlain, of course, did pick up a goal and won a penalty from the right. So fantastic for us. We actually give up a goal, though, while I was describing our tactics, to Mohamed Diame, the former West Ham man, and it's really disappointing goal because you wonder what Adrian was doing if you watch it back. But we counter just minutes later. Andy Carroll continues to score. He gets his goal. He has scored in, I think, 4 or 5 consecutive games. I know he scored at least 4 in a row, but dating back to the Legia Warsaw game would be the 5th. I don't remember if he did score in that game or not. I'll have to check back. But it's at least 4 in a row, and he is just on a rampant pace. Oxlade-Chamberlain did really well. He was played through. The defender tried to nick it off him, but he just stayed persistent with it, wins it, and unselfishly plays it to Carroll, who you could argue the keeper could have done a little bit better. But it's a fantastic finish from Andy Carroll nonetheless. He just puts his laces through it, and with so much power, it's going to go in the back of the net. It's a wonderful goal, and that would be a fantastic way to finish out our game, keeping that 3-goal advantage that we had held for so long, to finish out 5-2. And let me know in the comments, do you think, is this the formation that could change our offensive, woes, as we'll put it? We obviously gave up a couple more goals than we usually do, but we put 5 in the back of the net against a Hull City team that's actually doing fairly well. And to be honest, my 3 points for this match, Rabiot picks up 1 because he was fantastic, really let our offense shine with his defensive play. Downing picks up 2, and Oxlade-Chamberlain 3 as my man of the match and FIFA's as well. So that's going to be it for this episode, guys. I hope you have really enjoyed. Be sure to comment on things I've talked about. Leave a like, subscribe so you can keep watching, and we'll see you in big episode number 40 next time. Bye-bye, guys.